Welcome to Between the Business Cards, a podcast that helps business professionals take their network and sales skills to the next level. And now, here are your hosts, Martina Niemeyer and Brandon Souba.
I'm Brandon Souba, sales representative.
And I'm Martina Niemeyer, the Omaha Market President of Centersphere.
And we're here to help you improve on your opportunities within your Centersphere group, if you're part of Centersphere, but then just overall networking tips and tricks that we've experienced and seen over the years. Because between the both of us and what we've done in our current lives and past lives, not lives, I guess, jobs, careers, that sounds better. We've dealt with people. We've dealt with people for a very long time, and I've got to deal with people in a lot of different states. How about you?
Yeah, definitely.
Yep, and there's cultures in everywhere that you go. But we are going through kind of this first season. We're really touching on, I've joined a group, now what? Or I've joined Centersphere, or I'm now part of the chamber, or whatever it is. Right. These are common things that a lot of the groups do, and we're just trying to give you the most information we can so that you can go in, even as a newer member or a newer participant, and kind of be ahead of the game, hopefully. So one thing that we've talked about is one-to-ones, and we've talked about visiting chapters, and we've talked about, what else have we touched on?
Follow-ups and one-to-ones and all sorts of different things that are getting you started on your networking journey.
So we're going to spend the next few episodes digging in on one part of the meeting itself, especially if you go to a Centersphere meeting. And that is, there's a lot of different names for it, so we'll just go through a couple different ones. I've always known it as a 60-second presentation.
Or an elevator speech.
Or a weekly presentation.
Or an introduction.
So there's a lot of different names, but this is the time that the meeting, generally you go around and everybody gets to stand up. They have a certain amount of time, depending on the size of your group, that they get to tell you about their business, the referrals that they're looking for, all those different things. And to me, as many groups as I have visited over the years, this has always been kind of the goofy part and the good part. Like I've seen it done really, really well, and I've seen great results from it. Sure. But most of my really fun, crazy stories, it's this part. This part.
Yeah. People are given the stage for a short amount of time, and sometimes the way they choose to use it is super effective. And other times there's a little bit of work that could be done that would make it more memorable or resonate with people more or actually point them to how they can exactly refer to you. So we're going to talk a little bit about why we even do it. Mm-hmm. Sometimes, especially if a chapter has been meeting together for a little while, they might even get to the point of, well, we know each other. So why would we continue to do this? Well, it's important whether you're starting a chapter or you've been together for 15 years to continue to do this weekly. And we're going to talk a little bit about the reason why we're even doing it in the first place.
So the obvious one, in my opinion, not the obvious, but like the big one, is this really gives value to the seat that people hold. If you've ever been to a meeting that you planned on networking, possibly talk about your business, and ultimately wanted your time commitment to result in some business, if you never get the opportunity to stand up in front of the group and tell them what you do, who you are, I don't care how good you are at networking, if you go to a group with 10 or more people and just open network, you're probably not going to get to talk to everybody. Sure. And they're not going to know who you are. So the value to do this at every single meeting is huge. Because remember, each member has dedicated time and normally a financial commitment to this. Sure. So taking that away or not having it part of the meeting, it really just kind of like, it's a dud. And the worst part is if they visit a bunch of other groups, all the other groups are going to do it too. So if it's not part of your meeting, that might be something that stands out to them.
Right. It's a privilege and an opportunity that people have oftentimes invested to have as a part of their week. And we're going to talk about, the ways you can make that most effective also, because it's not it's not necessarily the same thing all the time. It's not necessarily, like there's a lot of pieces that go into it that can make it really great. But yes, giving value to that and having that as an expectation of, I'm going to walk into this space every single week and I'm going to have this much time at least to talk about what it is I do. And either that's just keeping you top of mind of the people sitting in the space that you know pretty well, or it's, meeting somebody new and they now at least can put a name and a face with what it is that you do.
And for visitors, if they don't compete with someone else in the room, a lot of groups let them stand up and talk about themselves at this time too. Now, we're going to have a whole nother episodes on like the good and the bad and the ugly. So we'll dig into that more because visitors don't always not appreciate, respect kind of the parameters.
Sure.
They don't know. But again, if I go visit a group and I get to stand up and talk about what I do because no one else in the room does, that might be that extra little piece of value that I'm looking for, that maybe that's the group I choose because that is something I wanted to do.
Yes. I think that's fantastic. So one thing that we've talked about, another reason why, is that you have this opportunity every week to train a sales team. Now, when you start looking at your meeting as an opportunity to prepare people to walk into the next space that they're going to be in, because everybody's going to sit in that room together, and then they're going to walk out of that space and walk into goodness knows how many other spaces, right? Have a lot of different conversations with a lot of different people. And those people may bring something up that you mentioned in your introduction, 60-second, whatever, that they go, oh, you need to meet so-and-so. I should refer you to this person because it pops into their head. They don't work for you, but you are training your cheerleaders almost, like your sales team, essentially. They are kind of a mini sales team as they go out, and they just simply are listening for things in rooms that you're just not in because that's not where you went next.
And we become family in these groups. These people want to provide you referrals.
Yeah.
And if they're not educated, if they're not part of the sales team, if you will, they're probably going to miss opportunities, get frustrated, not know what to listen for. And again, we talk about a lot of value and the why behind this. When you get to train your sales team each week, and I would love to say that everybody listens very intently each week.
Sure.
We'll talk about that too on another podcast. But at least the times they do, they're going to pick up on things.
Sure.
Again, why it's great to do it consistently. Every week, give that opportunity. We're going to talk about repeating things over and over and over and over. We'll talk about that another one. But again, this is your opportunity to train that sales team when they're out there, more likely to find you referrals.
Yes. And then another benefit, another reason why would be everybody gets a little nervous when it comes to public speaking. And I shouldn't say everybody, I shouldn't put everybody in that boat, but there's a good chunk of the population that public speaking is not like their most favorite thing to do in the entire world. But when you stand up for 60 seconds or 45 seconds or a minute and a half, whatever it happens to be in the particular chapter that you're in, and you get an opportunity to talk about what it is that you do, you get better and better and better at it. So then when you are in front of clients, when you're in front of people at a networking social, when you're presenting on yourself in another capacity, you have gotten to do this in front of people that you know, that you trust, that you probably respect, hopefully, and you've gotten to do this in front of them. And they sometimes can be really great sounding boards. They'll say, hey, I loved what you said there. That helped me understand what you do so much better. That helped me know who exactly to send to you. I've heard these things come from people, and it's really helpful because it's that feedback that is just going to make you even better in when you go and talk about it with somebody who plans to do business with you directly.
Mm-hmm. And one area I've seen this, people love to sponsor events, and especially with Centersphere, if you sponsor an event, you usually get a minute to stand up and talk about your business. Yeah. And there are some people, like me, that get that microphone and I'm ready to go. And then there are other people, and Martina, you are usually the one asking them to talk, that are like, no, I'm good. You just tell them. And again, to practice this on a weekly basis. You know what? I'll admit, I love public speaking. I practice still. We did a LinkedIn event and I literally ran through it 4 or 5 times. And it wasn't to be nervous in front of people. That part really doesn't bother me. But it's just to have that fine-tuned presentation. And I don't recommend you practice it in front of your clients all the time.
Right.
But when you have that opportunity weekly, it really is improving a skill, especially in sales. That's going to be super valuable.
Absolutely. I think that the value of this time in a meeting can very easily be overlooked, but it truly is something that can really set you apart from your competition. It can help people understand more about what you do. It can get you comfortable in a lot of different spaces. There's a lot of reasons why we do it.
Yeah. And again, the next episode, we are going to talk about things you can do to help and things we recommend you avoid. But for this one, we really just wanted to give the why. Yes. You see it at all the meetings. Your group does it. This is really why this is in the meeting. Probably not every reason. I'm sure there's things we didn't think of.
Sure.
But for the most part, these are the three main ones that we felt were important.
Yeah.
So with that, thank you for listening. Please like and share. I had an event that I went to and I did something funky with my beard. So if you ever want to see what I look like without a beard, jump on the Center Sphere YouTube page. This episode of the next you'll see, but it's growing back. I'm going to grow back.
Okay.
For once we record some other ones there. But yeah, come check us out on YouTube. If not, please just keep subscribing, keep listening, share this with all your friends and family because I know my mom loves to listen to me talk about these things.
Mine too.
And with that, we look forward to talking to you on a future podcast.
Have a great day.